Well, concerns mounting again over Ukraine's Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. It has lost external power for the second time in just 5 days. It is now running on emergency diesel generators. Kyiv is accusing Russian forces of not allowing convoys with diesel fuel to gain access to this facility. The atomic site needs a constant electricity supply to cool fuel rods. Failure to do so could result in a nuclear meltdown. Russian officials in the Zaporizhzhia region have again rejected a safety zone around this plant. They say it's not possible until the front line moves further away from the site. Kyiv and Moscow's forces have been clashing close by. Shelling on the site occurs on a regular basis. The United Nations Atomic Agency wants a protection area around the plant to prevent damage. Meanwhile, a spokesperson from Ukraine's Interior Ministry has dismissed Moscow's investigation of an explosion that badly damaged a bridge linking Russia and Crimea. Russia's Federal Security Service says it detained 5 Russians and 3 citizens of Ukraine and Armenia over this blast. The Kyiv official slammed those allegations as nonsense. Russian intelligence also says it has foiled 2 attempted attacks allegedly planned by Kyiv on Russian territory, one near Moscow, another against a transport logistics hub in the city of Bryansk, which lies close to the Ukrainian border. Conscription-age men in Russia are still fleeing the country to avoid having to fight in Ukraine. This is since President Vladimir Putin ordered a partial mobilization. While most have fled to neighboring nations, some have gone as far as South Korea. A Seoul lawmaker says 23 Russians have sailed in yachts to this Asian nation, but only 2 people were allowed any entry. The rest were rejected because their purpose was unclear or they did not have the right or enough documents.
More than 50 countries are discussing bolstering Ukraine's air defences on the sidelines of a NATO meeting in Brussels. The bloc's chief, Jens Stoltenberg, says providing Kyiv with the arms it needs to defend its skies is a top priority. Now, the pledge comes after Russia fired its largest ever barrage of missiles all over Ukraine this week. At least 19 people were killed and blackouts were reported in many regions. Ukraine is already receiving new weapons. One German Iris-T air defense system has arrived in the country, with 3 more to come next year. It's designed to protect a city by shooting down incoming missiles.
And I welcome the recent announcement by Germany and also the delivery of German air defense systems to Ukraine. And I think we all have seen why this is so important. The horrific, the indiscriminate attacks against Ukrainian cities, civilian killed, civilian critical infrastructure destroyed, and not least the attacks on the energy system, the energy infrastructure, is serious as we approach winter.
The US is also chipping in. 4 more HIMARS rocket artillery launchers have landed in the country. With a range of around 80 kilometers, it allows Kyiv's forces to strike deep behind Russian lines.